As part of efforts to rid food markets within the Greater Accra region of adulterated food products, especially palm oil, the Food and Drugs Authority began conducting some research in August 2015 to assess the level of palm oil adulteration with Sudan dye. During the period, out of 50 samples analyzed, 49 samples representing 98% tested positive for Sudan dyes. This led to the institution of various interventions to put a stop to the practice. Following these interventions, another sampling and testing of palm oil was conducted in 2019. It was revealed that 7% of samples were contaminated with Sudan dye. However, a recent survey carried out by the authority again revealed that palm oil adulteration has now reached 23%. This shows that the practice is still ongoing. The authority, in a bid to address this challenge, has developed a traceability concept in collaboration with Solidaridad West Africa and the Artisanal Palm Oil Millers and Outgrowers Association to identify culprits along the supply chain. Speaking at a sensitization program for market queens and aggregators in Accra, Director of Industrial Support Services at the Food and Drugs Authority, Kofi Essel, noted that the move will also help protect the industry and ensure authentic and healthy palm oil exportation for the global market.
What triggered this whole thing has to do with the Sudan dye menace. It went down drastically. We had about 7% some few years back, and we've seen a gradual increase again. It means that some people have resorted to the old ways, and so it's become very necessary for the FDA, as it were, to revamp our regulatory measures to make sure that we do not put Ghanaian consumers at risk. Now, for the past two visits, or the first two phases that we had a meeting with the what we call the Krama owners, that's the millers, and then we also met the processors themselves. Now, these are the suppliers and the market queens, and because of the critical role that they play in the distribution chain, it is important that we also made them aware. All the other two people that we met were all pointing fingers at them, that they are the suppliers, they are the ones who bring the Sudan dye to them and tell them to put them in the basket. Now, nobody's owning up to say that I'm the one who did it, of course, but from their comments, you can tell that they are aware of what we are talking about. We don't want the palm oil industry to collapse. It is a very huge industry. As we speak currently, palm oil that we consume locally, this group, the artisanal producers, make up 80%. So 80% of all the palm oil that we consume in the country, what have you, caterers at schools, institutional feeding programs and all that, is produced by these artisanal producers. And so it becomes very necessary that we address this issue of the Sudan dye adulteration. It is also going to affect our export of palm oil if care is not taken.